What is going on, everybody? Today's video, USPS employees show piles of packages. It's total chaos inside the Louisville, Kentucky facility. This was on WDRB.com, which is one of the news outlets here in Kentucky. We will get into that in just about a minute. I know everybody's like, where have you been? That ice storm was nuts. From the, I'd say a little over half my driveway. Well, it started off with about a half-inch ice. At the very bottom was at an inch. I think I posted a picture in like one of the on YouTube. I think it's in like the community discussion forum, just so you guys can see how thick it was. Having to break all that up, constantly adding salt because it would just ice over every night to digging out part of my backyard so the dogs could go outside. It just took a toll on me. On top of that, I had to deal with what we're going to talk about today. Because of all these packages being inbound and outbound, and it's really just not Louisville. From what I've noticed, Columbus, Ohio is past to be backed up, Indianapolis, Atlanta, and St. Louis. I think St. Louis is way off worse than Louisville right now, but I could be wrong. But they tried blaming it here on the weather. As you could, if you watch this video, I'm going to put the link in the comments. I'm not going to play it, but we'll go through and let it scroll and stuff. You'll see they're going to blame the weather, the post office. It was way backed up before Christmas. It's ridiculous. People's medicine is in there. You name it. Normally we talk a lot about sports cards. This deals with sports cards and everything in a way because it's where all my time's gone. At no fault to the people, buy off you on eBay and their stuff stuck. They want a refund after 10 days. And you could have the case open for another 5. During that time frame, you have missing mail searches that are going out. Those are not being answered. I can tell you that now. From there, on day 15, you process your claim. And all mine have been approved so far. As a matter of fact, I have a check sitting in front of me. I'd show you guys, but it has a lot of personal stuff onto it. Then till they mail it, you're looking, probably, I think it's around day 25 right now from when the package originally left out. But you have to stay on top of that stuff. It's insane. And I completely understand the frustration when buyers on to it. They're like, hey, where is some people, are like, hey, I understand, cool, because it's happening to them. But when stuff's going to areas where they don't have it, people are frustrated. So, I've talked to my local post office a lot. They've always been straight shooters with me onto it. I knew this was going to get bad and worse. I didn't realize how bad it is. So this is one of the photos that was sent to the news station from an employee. And during this video, they kind of do that weird thing in the voice so you can't tell who is the person talking and all that. Let me see here. That's just more pictures. Okay, let's go back to... I'm going to mute this. Alright, I'm going to mute that. I don't know if it's going to play over or not with the way I have my settings here. I had to redo them. But as we sit there and look at this, it's insane. Let's just skip through. Look at the piles of this stuff. It's insane. This was over 2 days. And this here is the person talking when they put the little words over. And it talks about equipment that is broken, not being fixed. They didn't get extra holiday help. Oh, it's bad. And then they were talking about I think it was last Friday, they had 50 semis come in there thrown into what they call the barn. No idea what the barn is. It just sounds like something outside. It's just immense. And I wanted to bring this to everybody's attention because if you do have mail and it's shown in Louisville or in any of these other states that I mentioned just from what I've been tracking, this is what's probably going on at those distribution centers. And you're going to have to, sit there and try to figure out what the best approach is per case of somebody saying, hey, my card ain't here yet. I want my money back. And I can understand with pure collectors, what I've noticed, they'll wait. The people that are buying these cards to grade and flip or just straight up flipping, they want it now because they're afraid, hey, if this doesn't show up, because they talk about in this video, the reporter, the lady we've seen here a little bit ago, saying, how many weeks do you think it'll be? The person who has that scrambled voice says it's going to be months. So to me, when they say months, they're not even saying 2 to 3 because that'd be an estimate. I'm guessing it's 3+ to get through all that. The employees are saying there's no organization, nothing. I've actually tweeted this, and we'll see what if it ever makes it anywhere. But I actually tagged the president onto it since they're all involved in efficiency, and Elon Musk. I doubt anything will ever get done by him. They probably will never see it. But I figured I'd do it just for the needle in a haystack effect onto it. Maybe it gets seen, maybe it doesn't. But there's the broken equipment that I was talking about. It's got these orange tags on it and stuff. There's a very, very good write-up on here of it. It'd probably take, if you watch the video then read everything, I'm guessing it's like 8 minutes long with the video and reading. Because you might go back through and look at the video again. And here, they also say this other thing, they're like, hey, if you want to get in touch with your packages and stuff, use Facebook, Twitter, or X now, not Twitter, or email them. And it's not working. You get a generic response back each time. So, let's just see here. I don't want to read it all to you guys. Phil Benz' workers try to clear backlog created by staffing shortages and icy roads. And as the individual just said, and I know this for a fact, it was before Christmas that this was like that. It really wasn't. I mean, the weather did add to it, don't get me wrong. But before that. And still, what don't make sense is I could ship 4 packages the same day, priority mail, bubble envelope thing, And we'll just say all 4 of them have to go to California. 2 of them will get delivered real well. The other 2 might take another 3 days. Got it. We could say the fires might be in the area doing stuff like that. Next example was I mailed out 3 packages. 1 to California, 1 to Ohio, 1 to St. Louis. All priority mail bubble because those seem to be moving faster than that Ground Advantage. Ground Advantage, I think, is what's going to take them 3-4 months to actually get through. But California delivered in 3 days. St. Louis hasn't even checked it in yet. And the reason I say that is it still shows it's en route on the tracking. But I do believe they have it and just haven't scanned it in yet because Columbus, Ohio scanned that one in out where they're at. And the one I did a day prior has already been delivered now as of today. But it was tracking the whole way. It was weird. It went to Columbus and then up to Indianapolis. Why not just go from Louisville to Indianapolis? We're wasting gas and space. All right, I'm going to get off with the rant here with that stuff here. But it says dozens of complaints from more than over a week tell the same story, which is true. It's more than dozens. I mean, I could just say post offices that normally get maybe 1 to 2 missing mails a week are getting 30 to 50 a week. That's a huge increase when you take all the post offices that are in your state using that hub. The USPS, they say, isn't giving much information, of course not, on the cause of the problem or when it will be resolved. They declined interview. Let me see here. A lot of it, like I said, Christmas gifts, I got it, checks. Medication's a huge one. Huge. You're holding people's medicine. To get that stuff reordered, if they had to pay for it originally, and they might have to wait for refunds to process, it could take up to 5 business days at their bank. Ridiculous. And as you see here, that employee, like I was saying, I mean, you guys can't see it probably because it looks real small on my screen, but it says it was like this before the weather even came. It's going to be a long while. It's ridiculous. There's no order, nothing. It's total chaos. Now, granted, this could be a disgruntled employee, but I highly doubt it from what I've seen. Some people are going to call this the whistleblower and everything like that, which I can understand, but it needs to be brought to the public's attention. And something needs to be done with how they're doing business up there. Let's see here. Employees say the barn is an extra storage area, which is frustrating as employees working there. We still have Christmas packages there. Last week there were 50 semis full of mail, and they have packages in the barn. They are throwing people's packages in the barn. I don't know if the word throwing means they're actually tossing. I just think they're moving them in there. So throwing, if they're actually pitching your packages into that area, that's really horrible. My next thing that I want to hit real quick is I know a lot of people are doing the claims part on their packages once they have to refund their buyers because they paid for that insurance. Just not the $100. They're paying extra because of this stuff, which I completely agree. I have to now too. But with all these payouts, they're going to happen through their insurance, which is a separate identity or entity of the post office. Like, the post office don't run it. It switched over to this place out of Missouri, last I remember from talking to somebody on the phone. And their rates are going to probably end up skyrocketing off this, which then again means we're going to have an increase on postage. And still, we'll have this same exact issue going on. But that's really about it. I wanted to bring this to everybody's awareness because I have not seen this. Somebody actually sent it to me, and I've been searching. Mostly been finding a lot of stuff on Reddit, and it just people all with the same issue in Louisville. That's why I haven't been too crazy on it. But when you start having to refund a lot of people, and again, I understand it with eBay's policy and everything. Well, I should touch the eBay policy thing. If you purchase extra insurance through eBay, not the $100 the package comes with, you can't file a claim on it for 30 days. According to what it reads on their, whatever you want to call it, instructions, little PDF file. But yet, after 10 days, a person can file a claim. Then you have 5 days to fix it, so that's 15. So from that day 15, when you pay them out, to when you could file that claim is 15 days later. I have no idea how quick you get your money back on that. I haven't had that yet, knock on wood. All my stuff, luckily, has been through using and buying the extra insurance through the post office, and they just been covering it. This here might be a whole new animal, and it may affect with people wanting to still do business until this stuff's sorted through, or, you know, moving, or maybe now they start buying their postage elsewhere instead of having to be using that eBay, whatever it is. I forget what it was called. It's like ship insurance or ship it insurance, something like that. It might be a different change. I know a couple people work for the post office, watch the videos. You're more than welcome to comment if you want on here. I don't want to get you guys in trouble at all. And then next thing you know, you guys are getting reprimanded at work. But it's insane. Really, really insane with what is going on with this stuff. I feel bad for the people that have medication out there mostly. Because this stuff's just sitting there and you're going to have to reorder. And, it's just a mess. It's just a mess. Like I said, I know normally cover sports cards. This does affect it with what I do. But the medication part just really kicked in on me. And luckily with me, most of my medicine's either picked up or I have it sent from the VA, and the VA checks the tracking. Okay, God, it's not there yet. We're going to switch it and overnight it FedEx to you, blah, blah, blah. So I've been safe. But for other people that don't have that convenience, this is really horrible. All right, guys. Let me know what you guys think, as always, in the comments. I'm out. I even have my face on camera because I wanted this to be full screen today. But I'll catch you guys next video.